This is extremely good news for the Florida Panthers and an update on Matthew Tkachuk's skating and timeline for return with the team. Plus, I'll be going over some milestones set by several different players in the last few games. And I gotta tell you, I'm excited about tonight's matchup against the Philadelphia Flyers. We're gonna be going over all of this on this episode of Panthers Digest. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm your host, Greg Andrews. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Help me get to 4,000 subs and hype this video up so it can reach a larger audience. I really appreciate all of your support. Remember, guys, this is the channel where you're gonna get anything and everything that's to do with your back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, Florida Panthers. So, jump right into it, guys. The good news is Matthew Tkachuk revealed on his podcast, Wingmen, that he has resumed skating, and he said, I felt better in the first skate than I did in the playoffs, so that's definitely positive for everyone to hear, especially the Florida Panthers organization. So the timeline on his return is still, I'm not going to be that optimistic about it and say, oh, we're going to see him in the next 2 to 4 weeks. No. We're talking a little bit later of a timeline, and this is what some of the information that came out according to Paul Maurice. This is what he said on the skating schedule right now. He skates once, then trains to keep the soreness off. He'll stay on that until he hits certain markers that he's got good enough power and strength, and then we'll put him on a 2-1 off. He's still quite a ways away. He also added in terms of the timetable for his return. Like I said, don't be too optimistic up front with that last quote. He said December, January is what we're told. That's an 8-week window. That's what these injuries are. He has to hit a bunch of milestones before he can get pushed. I can't tell you when he's going to be back with us. So optimistic, absolutely to a point, but don't say he's going to be back by the end of December. I would say they're going to be cautious. Probably wait till sometime in January for his return. Again, with injuries like this where you're requiring surgery, especially a torn adductor muscle that came off the bone, you have to be 100% sure that his strength is there, his mobility is there, that he is skating and feeling at pretty much 100% pain-free, that his motion feels like, hey, I can get back on my skates and do the things that I used to do before the injury. That's pretty much where you want him to be. You want him to be comfortable saying that without any sort of cringing when he's on the ice. Again, patience with these things. Rather to have him back, wait a little longer, and make sure he's not going to be injured again. So, timeline, about anywhere in an 8-week window. I would probably call it somewhere between the 5 to 8 weeks from today. So some good news there. Like I said, January, I would say mid-January is probably where they'll get him back. So as far as his impact on the team when he returns, well, we already know in 52 games last year, he had 22 goals and 35 assists. He was phenomenal in the playoffs. I'm going to show you some of his numbers right now. He is an impact player on this team. Again, 52 games last season, put up 57 points. Look at those other regular season numbers from the prior 2 seasons to last year. He has been great. 109 points in 2022, 2023, 88 points the season after that, and then 57 in the injury year. So he has put up great numbers. Like I said, a huge boost to this team offensively, as well as defensively, as well as the game behind the game, that psychological warfare that this team is so good at doing. Plus, he's going to boost other players like Sam Bennett, like Carter Verhaeghe, because with Barkov out, I could see a line where it could be Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Tkachuk all on the same line. You might have to push Evan Rodriguez down to the third line. I think that would be a very interesting thing to see when he comes back. But again, I'm not going to speculate too much. So that is some of the great news. A couple of other things I just wanted to talk about right before we jump into the pregame for tonight. Well, I got a few awesome stats to tell you about for some milestones here. Verhaeghe had his 150th goal in the last game. He's the 846th player to have 150 goals in a season. He has 141 of them with the Florida Panthers. Sam Reinhart, well, he had his 86th road goal in that win against the Predators. That's second most in franchise history. And he's on a 7-game point streak. He has 6 goals, 7 assists in those 7 games. So he's doing incredible. And Gustav Forsling tonight, his 500th game, guys. I am stoked for this dude. A guy we claimed off of waivers in his 500th game. And man, has he been big for the Cats. Talking about the game against the Flyers tonight, well, here we go. Last game didn't go so well for the Cats. We'll jump into that right now. Not the greatest thing for them. They lost 5-2, so hopefully this will be a redemption game for the Florida Panthers. These are the team stats as they line up tonight. Better penalty kill for them. They have been pretty solid on that this season for the Flyers. You can see there, it's kind of a split. I would say in this game, if our goaltending can be a little bit better, Bob will be in that. I think we're going to pull off the W tonight. I think Bob is saying the last game he was in was a fluke. He wasn't right. Something was off for him. I think he's going to bounce back with a great game this evening. Again, I think this is a redemption game for the Cats. We've split the season series, won the first game 2-1. Second game got crushed 5-2. And you're about to see some of the stats from that game. Here you go. Shots, we outshot them by only 4, but man, did we out hit them. We were the more physical team, but they were putting the pucks in the back of the net, and that's what matters, obviously. We had 1 goal on the power play. They didn't have any, so our penalty kill was spectacular in that game. But we have to make sure we're not turning the puck over, especially in neutral ice, because that will lead to a lot of odd man rushes and breakaways. That, I think, was part of our Achilles heel in that last game where we got beat 5-2. So let's keep on moving on here. As you can see, Sean Couturier in that game. These are the stats from that 5-2 loss. He was spectacular. 2 goals, 2 assists in that game. I mean, he was doing it all on the ice for the Flyers. Other than that, we already know Christian Dvorak we have to look out for. We have to look out for Matvei Michkov, who is their outstanding rookie, having a very solid year. Obviously, Owen Tippett, Trevor Zegras. All of these guys, we know who they've got. Travis Konechny. We know the names. We know what the Cats have to do. They have to start putting them in the back and then in the power play. Their penalty kill has to be on point. They can't let what happened in that last game happen again, which is leaving the back door wide open for them to have shots, especially on the 5-on-4s when we're a man down. The good news for the Cats is they've been great on even strength. That's where they score most of their goals in the season. So hopefully they can really keep throwing them in the back of the net and feed off of their last game against the Predators. Keep that offense rolling. Again, I'm looking for Marchand to put one in the back of the net tonight. I think Bennett will start to feel a little more. I mean, he looked like he was in better positioning in the last game, doing a little more. And yeah, somebody wrote Maki Samaskevich, excuse me. I don't think his turnovers with the puck, it's not because he's sloppy with his puck handling. No, it is because he's trying to find his teammates. Yes, I'm looking for him to have another solid game. He has been very good this season. If you think he's turning the puck over at the wrong moments, it's not it. It's always in the offensive zone trying to find one of his teammates that he's thinking is open. He's trying to thread the needle. I like it. It's worked sometimes. It's gone against us sometimes. I think he's going to have a great game. I think Erod's going to be great tonight. And Sam Reinhart, we all know he's going to be awesome, man. He's just on a roll. He's red hot heading into this game, and I think he's going to stay that way. So I'm looking for him to have a great game. Marchand, I'm calling the Cats to win this one, but let's keep rolling forward. Here are the scoring leaders. Obviously, Brad Marchand is just, running everything right now. He's been outstanding. For them, it's Trevor Zegras. He has been very solid on the season as well, so look out for him on the ice. I know the Cats are going to keep their eye on him throughout the whole game. So, as far as the season right now, there's a lot of stuff I've written down here. Trevor Zegras is the dangerous guy on the ice for us to keep our eyes on. After that, I think it is Travis Konechny because he's a great assist man. He really sets up his guys really solidly. But other than that, I think we're going to be pretty good. We got to keep our eyes on Owen Tippett as well. Physical player. And man, I just have a really good feeling about tonight. I really think this will be a redemption game for the Cats. The building's going to be rocking. Big time win against the Nashville Predators. Offense was doing great. Tarasov looked absolutely great in goal. He had a couple of missteps and miscues, but pulled away with that big-time victory. His numbers are great on the season. I already spoke about him in the last video. And this is the goaltending matchup tonight. Like I said, Bobrovsky is in net. The numbers are in favor for the Flyers goaltender if Vladar is in net. He's got a better goals against average, better save percentage. But once again, I keep telling you, the thing with Bobrovsky that has been hurting his numbers this season are the games where he's given up goals and not a lot of shots on net, where it means our defense has been doing a pretty good job to shut down the shooting lanes, But there's other factors happening. Power play, our penalty kill. How are we able to stop the other teams? And I think a lot of the times where those goals against come into play with fewer shots are happening more when we're not doing great on our penalty kill, as well as odd man rushes, and that just kills Bob's numbers. However, I do think Bobrovsky, obviously, he is the better goaltender in this matchup. Just watching him play compared to Vladar, I think Bobrovsky is going to pull out the win. I think he's looking to be like, hey, man, the last game was a fluke. I'm going to come back in here tonight. I'm ready to go. I'm rested. I think he's going to be spectacular. It's going to be an outstanding game. I look for us to be very physical. I look for us to really push the puck and get aggressive on the forecheck. I'm really thinking that Devine is going to have something happening tonight. I think he's going to make a big play. He's looked, I wouldn't say uncomfortable in the last game, but you didn't see him do a whole lot. He's still playing all right. That was his second game, but third game tonight, I think he's going to come out. He's going to play great. I think he's going to look to make a lot of brilliant plays on that fourth line, set up his guys, be aggressive in the corners on the forecheck, and try to get that puck to the open man. I mean, he's got he's got eyes in the back of his head when he can find his teammates to set him up. And like he did Gregor in his first game, he almost had him set up for a beautiful goal, but unfortunately Gregor missed. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Panthers Digest. Subscribe, like, share, hype this video as well. The Cats have that big game tonight. If they can get this win, they'll move up in those standings. They got to be aggressive on this homestand. We need them to come away with 4 or 5 wins in a row so we can climb up the standings, feel a little bit more comfortable heading into the deeper part of December when we do start having these road trips that will be pretty challenging. We are getting better on the road. I'm not going to say that, the Nashville Predators game is, the test that's going to say we're going to be fantastic on the road. They have been struggling all season, so I'm not going to say that small sample size of that one game is saying, oh, we're going to be great on the road now. No, we have a tough schedule coming up. I said it in the last episode. So look for the Cats. Big game tonight. Should be interesting. Bob's going to be big. I already told you who I think is going to score. We'll put up some big numbers. Excuse me. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, comment, like, share. Let me know what you think. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, things like that, do not hesitate to put them in the comments section. Excuse me. I'm still dealing with this little leftover cough. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow with a little post-game analysis. If there's any news, any information coming out about any of the players, if there's any injuries, I will update you guys on that tomorrow. So anyways, enjoy your Wednesday and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Till then, go Cats.